Please rise and join us for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. It's a beautiful day tonight, so let's get going. Start with the good news report.
All right, well, it is a big night tonight, in addition to it being a fantastic February day, which we're having more of those lately, but maybe soon to come to an end, who knows. Tonight, we have the pleasure of hosting a number of guests at Ben Rifle Middle School for the 36th annual Dr. John W. Harris Teacher of the Year Award. Vernite and the Sioux Falls School District present this award annually, and we are celebrating 70 teachers this evening who have been nominated. They represent across the board from early childhood to elementary, middle, and high school to special, as you would say, specials in the elementary schools, music, orchestra, all kinds of great teachers across the district. A judging panel got together and selected 7 finalists. Those 7 finalists then, out of that, One American Bank will name a distinguished educator. This is the 3rd year that One American Bank has participated in that, and it's just the ability to expand our celebration of teachers in the district and teaching excellence. So One American Bank has the Distinguished Educator Award, and then the Vernite Teacher of the Year will be named separately. The One American Bank Distinguished Educator receives a $2,000 prize, and Vernite graciously donates $4,000 to our Teacher of the Year. So our 7 finalists this evening are Dan Carlson, Lincoln High School, Katie Elwine, Laura B. Anderson Elementary, Rochelle Gabrielson, Hayward Elementary, Eliza Lelox, All City at Jane Addams, Micah Siegel at Hayward, Susan Teese at Garfield, and Laura Jaden at Eugene Field A+. So we're looking forward to that celebration this evening. And folks can join us if they're not able to join us over at Ben Rifle Middle School. We certainly welcome them to tune back in at 7 o'clock here on K-Learn TV, Midco Cable Channel 20 or 595, or wherever you get your live streaming and are watching us live online tonight. We'll have that available as well. And we know a number of our nominees maybe have other commitments and aren't able to join us, but we'll be watching as well. So always grateful for the opportunity to showcase the talent that we have in our classrooms and really lift up those teachers and every teacher in the Sioux Falls School District for their dedication and commitment to our students. I believed at one point we were going to have a second part of a good news report, but I have not seen the person enter who was going to present that. So with that, I'll turn it over to you and you can begin with the rest of your meeting.
Awesome. Thanks, Dan. All right. Can I get a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the meeting held on February 12th, 2024, please?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That is passed. I should pause. Dawn Marie is out of town today, which is why she's not here. So I just realized I didn't say anything about that. We have nobody that I have received to address the board. Can I get a motion and a second for approval of the agenda, please?
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The agenda is approved. We have no conflicts to speak about today. And we will do the consent agenda 9A through F of motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. That is approved. And 10A, approval of claims to Sanford Health. Can I get a motion and a second, please?
So moved. Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That motion passes with one abstention from myself. And we are on to the reports of the superintendent.
Yep, Mr. Veek will come up and give us a report on some of the latest activity. We're getting down to the last, couple of weeks here before session is over, and there's really just a couple of things that are still kind of being talked about and in process. One of them was heard today in the Judiciary Committee, and that was also publicized, has to do with the ability to be approved to carry a weapon in a school. And so we'll probably talk a little bit about that. Another one is the teacher compensation bill, 1048, and I believe we're about almost halfway through the alphabet on amendments for that, but that's one that's still kind of being worked on. And so we're waiting to see kind of what's going to emerge with that. Whenever you're trying to have something that's workable for every district in the state, that takes a little more time on some things, particularly involving finances. So with that, I'll turn it over to Mr. Veek. Feel free to ask any questions.
Thank you. I'll try to go through these pretty quickly. We'll just talk about the bills we have positions on and that are still alive. Then there's a couple that the board hadn't acted on yet. They came up later after our last meeting. So I'll bring those up. Those will be at the bottom of each side of each list. So the first one is on page 1 of your document, if you've got it. Senate Bill 1. It expands the eligibility for reduced tuition for certain school district Head Start employees. That bill is still alive. It is in House Appropriations right now. So it's anything right now, if it hasn't passed the first chamber, is dead. So that's in House Appropriations. So it got out of the Senate. Senate Bill 2, which removed provisions for establishing a uniform method for calculating high school credits. That we supported, and it's passed both houses and has been signed by the governor. The next one is Senate Bill 51. It would revise property tax levies for school districts and to revise the state aid formula and special education formula. That's basically the 4% bill that the governor proposed. So that is in the Joint Appropriations Committee, so it really hasn't moved anywhere yet. That'll get decided in the last day or two of session. Then there is Senate Bill 72, which we oppose. It increases from $3.5 million to $5 million. The annual limit of tax credits that can be given to a private school voucher program. That is through the first house and on to, it's been passed in appropriations, 10 to 5. So, or it will be in appropriations, I should say, on the 27th. We oppose that one. Next page, Senate Bill 94. We have as an amend, it creates several new administrative rules for those same private schools that can participate in the virtual voucher program. We just wanted them to add more requirements to it, to those rules, which would have given demographic data on the students. That's passed both houses and it's on the governor's desk. So that one looks like it's going to pass. On to page 4, the Senate Bill 100, which we oppose, would prohibit the imposition of I'm sorry, I shouldn't have brought that one up. That's dead. Senate Bill 100 is dead, and Senate Bill 101 is dead as well. So we're on to page 6 now. Senate Bill 146 is in the House Judiciary. We support it. It would revise and repeal provisions related to threatening elected officers and provide a penalty therefore. So that one is in House Judiciary on the 28th. Senate Bill 47 is in-house appropriations. We support that as well. It'll revise the incentive program for juvenile diversion opportunities. It increases the amounts. So that one is out of the House committee, or its hearing is on 227 in appropriations. So that'll be on the 27th. And then there's a Senate bill that 203, which we actually didn't have board action on last time because it came to our attention after the board met. So 203 we have as opposed, and that bill that's going to the floor tomorrow, and or maybe the next day, and then it's not posted yet. But that bill is passed out of committee 11-1 and will go to the floor. So we have that as opposed. When we take our action, we'll have the board affirm that if you want to. Then on to the House bills, we'll go on to page 2. House Bill 1048, that's the bill Dr. Staben spoke about, the salary bill, teacher salary bill. Like I said, there's been many proposed amendments. Then one was put on in House Ed, and it passed House Ed, and on Thursday it'll be heard in Senate Ed, and there's another amendment being considered for that. So it will be in Senate Ed on Thursday. That's 1048, which we support. Have you go to page 5. House Bill 1162 is in State Affairs on Wednesday, and we have that as amend, and it would require school board elections to be held on the first Tuesday following the first Monday of either June or November. And they didn't put city elections in that requirement to combine basically with the primary or the general election. So we suggested if a school wants to combine with a city, let them do it on the city's day, since they're going to have that election anyway. And that's when we get our best turnout for our elections, when there's a mayoral election. So anyway, that has not been put on yet, but that's up in State Affairs on the 28th. Okay, next page to House Bill 1187. We have that as a support. It creates a 1-year CTE instructor educator permit, and it is on the House floor, or sorry, on the Senate floor. So it'll be on the floor. Got out of committee 6-0. So it looks like it's sailing through. House Bill 1201. We have as a support, it's still an appropriations committee, and it makes an appropriation for the teacher apprenticeship pathway program. So we support that. And I'd have you go to page 8. House Bill 1220, we support. It's an allow an appeal of a decision of the Department of Ed regarding special education or related services by a civil action against the Department of Ed. That bill, I believe, passed today. I think that one came in late. That one passed today on the floor, so it should be going to the governor. Then I go to page 10. 1245 adds the provision for or revises provisions related to the custody of an alleged delinquent child before and after a temporary custody hearing. I think we missed that one earlier too, so that one needs approval. Our position is neutral. So it's in the House Judiciary Committee, our position's neutral, but you had to take one on it. So those are the bills that we had a position on, and the two you hadn't already taken a position on, that are still live. And I would just ask that you approve the position and then acknowledge the 2 new positions and then acknowledge the report. Stand by for questions.
Sorry, can you go back? So 1245 you just talked about, and then what was the other number of the one that we didn't have a position on yet?
And what?
That we didn't have a position on?
And what was the other one? 203, that Senate Bill 203. That was the bill that allows a principal to approve someone with an enhanced carry permit to carry a weapon on
That was the
school
one we
property.
opposed, right?
Yes.
Didn't see that one on there. Anybody have any questions about our current positions or any feedback on the 2 new bills that are being requested? Any commentary?
No, I was just going to add on 1245, primarily the reason why we're neutral on that is it's more in the judicial system, and we've tended to not always weigh in if it's not directly related to education. And so it's not that we are necessarily not, yeah, it's just, it's not our lane, so that's why.
Thanks for that. All right. Well, if there are no questions or comments, can I get a motion and a second to approve our current positions as well as adding the position of neutral for House Bill 1245 and opposed for Senate Bill 203?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Those are approved. Thank you.
I guess I'll just go again. So it's that time of year, Board of Equalization meetings. You have the current, as of what we know, the schedule in front of you with the different board members have signed up for the different dates. You have those in front of you. So all I'd ask is that you pass the action that's also in front of you, appointing all school board members to the local Board of Equalization in accordance with SDCL 101113. It being understood that all members of the school board will serve as they are able to schedule their time, and authorizing school members to be paid for attending Board of Equalization hearings beginning Monday, March 18th, and concluding Friday, March 22nd.
Okay. So yeah, we were all able to sign up for what worked for our schedules, and knowing that sometimes some of those get canceled if there's nothing scheduled from the county. So can I get a motion and a second to approve the schedule for the Board of Equalization?
So moved.
Second. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That is approved. Anything else to come before the board? No? All right. Can I get a motion and a second for adjournment?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We are adjourned.